By now, you guys know that I am a massive fan of pump action shotguns, and I've customized one or two in the past. Do you remember this one? The Mossberg 500 that I bought for like next to nothing. Cost absolute peanuts. And I scrapped the wood stock, threw on some Magpul, nice Cerakote job, and there you go. Look at that in the burnt bronze. Oh yeah, totally sick, totally sick. Now, why did I do that? Because I was after like a tactical, cool looking shotgun that I could use for like practical shooting and, you know, just sort of general fun, as you do down the range. Now, if this thing had been out beforehand, the Mossberg Persuader, I probably would have just bought one of these, because that ticks all the boxes for me, and a little bit more as well, because it's got the heat shield on. So, but anyway, it was fun doing that one. That's my baby anyway. Let's put the, should we leave that there? Let's leave that there for sort of decoration, because it is a Mossberg after all. Hi guys, what an intro. Hi guys, this is Rack and Load, and this is the Mossberg 590 Persuader. That's the 500. She's an old girl now. She's probably older than me. Yeah, must be pretty damn old. But this is the 590 Persuader pump action shotgun. This is a 9-shot shotgun, and it is pretty good fun to play with, let me tell you. And I've had some serious fun with this. No problems with this thing whatsoever. I think, well, all right, I'm gonna sort of sneak in a little bit of a quirk there. I did have a few little issues with feeding, but I think it was the crappy cartridges I was using. I was using some like real shitty cartridges that I was putting down this thing just to get rid of them. Yeah, they were bad. Some of these cartridges were, I think some of them were black powder, because like, I forget which ones I was putting down it, but they were pushing out some serious sparks and white smoke. They were real good fun to shoot actually. But this thing was just eating anything, but I think occasionally it was just the old cartridges that it didn't like. As soon as I put some new stuff through, it just ate everything. It did eat everything, to be fair. It's just occasionally you weren't pulling them out properly out of there. I don't know whether that was the newness. Do you know what? I'm going to be totally fair here. I think it was the newness of the gun, and I think I was probably sort of light stroking it a little bit. I should have been a little bit more sort of, you know, first date, so to speak. You know, should have been a little bit rough with it, but I guess that's just user error. We'll put that down to user error. But yes, the 590 Persuader, what a cool pump action shotgun. This one is available in section 2, where it is just crimped, so you can just have 2 shots in it. So 3 shot altogether, but only 2 in the magazine. This one is on a firearms certificate here in the UK. This is a section 1, 9 in the magazine plus 1 in the chamber. Black synthetic stock, 3-inch chamber, and weighing in at 7.5 pounds, 24-inch barrel, not a multi-choke barrel. Okay. Oh my God. Look at, oh my God. Let me just clean my fingers. There's a bit of carbon in the barrel there from the certain cartridges that I was putting down this thing. But yeah, that is pretty much your specs. This shotgun is so much fun. The value factor of this thing is just insane. If you are just getting into like practical shotgun shooting, competition shotgun shooting, you know, and you can't afford something like, oh, let me just show you the Rolls Royce, like a Benelli Nova Speed pump action shotgun, for example, you know, which is what, double and a bit more the price of the Mossberg Persuader, then this is a real good option, because it's going to do exactly what you need it to do, basically. it's, you know, it's going to run flawlessly as long as you, like I said, treat it like a first date. Be a little bit rough and you'll be fine. Don't be sort of too gentle with it and it'll be fine. And that goes with any shotgun, any pump action shotgun, so to speak. Right, let's take a closer look at this Persuader. Cool name, by the way, cool name. I think the nickname for the Mossberg 500 was actually the crowd pleaser because it was a riot shotgun. That was what it was. Its predominant use was of it as a riot shotgun, hence the crowd pleaser. So the Persuader, nice, real soft recoil pad there. You kind of need it if you're going to wang some heavy rounds through this thing. Pretty minimalistic, basic furniture on this thing. You could jazz it up, you know, like I've done with the Magpul. You could soon jazz it up and trick this thing out. Just an option. It's a great base shotgun to get if you want a bit of a project. Most of it's already done for you, you know, so quite cool. You know, I have got one of these knocking about somewhere, you know, a heat shield. I must try and fit it to that. I will get around to doing that one day. Yeah, so the furniture, pretty minimalistic, but it's all right. If you want to keep that, crack on. But, you know, it's begging to be tricked out, isn't it? I think, you know, that's kind of why I put this on the table, to inspire you. Tang safety catch, which is the type of safety I absolutely love. On mine, I've got an oversized one on my 500. So just options, guys, just options. But I love the Tang safety. It is perfect. It's, you know, would you need to make that any bigger? Of course you don't. It's perfect as it is. That is your action release button there to release the fore end. Again, the fore end, like when I talk about furniture, you've got your stock, you've got your fore end, that's your furniture. Cob style fore end or pump on the 590 Persuader. I like it, you know, it feels pretty good. Is there better options out there? Yeah, I like the Magpul, but we're just talking about the Persuader as it is, as it comes, you know, although you will want to trick it out, hence that. I'll keep mentioning my tricked out one there. It's absolutely perfect as it is. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It gives you plenty of traction. Still covered in mud there, by the way. Viking Arms in the UK, if you're watching, I will clean it before I send it back to you. Kindly on loan from Viking Arms, this Persuader is. So, moving to the receiver itself, it is aluminium. Even the old one is as well. All aluminium. I'm not sure whether it's like billet or whatever, I don't know, but it's rock solid. You'll never ever have a problem with a Mossberg. I'm just throwing that out there. I've never had a problem with that, and she's an old girl. She really is. Polymer, is it? Yeah, on that one's polymer as well. So you've got polymer trigger group there. That might bother people, doesn't really bother me at all. Ease of loading on the like on the 590 and the 500. Just no sort of gate or anything that gets in the way. Total reliability when it comes to loading these things up. The more you load them, the more you use these shotguns, the better they get, the slicker they get, the more smooth their operation. Like with a lot of guns, I think, you know, the more you use them, the better they get. I just think so. Ejection on this gun, really good. I've got some dummy cartridges here. Let's just load her up with some dummies. So, you see, that's it. See, that was me being too gentle with it. Right, I've got safety on. Let's fire that. So you've got to be rough. So yeah, no problem with ejection there. Like I said, occasionally, the only problems I were having were user error. I wasn't sort of racking it right back. I was being a bit too gentle with it. So be a little bit rough. That's all I'm going to say. Don't be gentle with a pump action shotgun. Now, what is striking about the Persuader is the heat shield, which looks totally cool. It looks a little bit machine gun, don't it? You got to sort of admit that does look a little bit machine gun. It is cool. It is to prevent you burning your hands if you are pumping loads of rounds through this. If you're using it in competition, then you know you probably will get it a little bit hot, especially if it's a hot day as well. You know, the black of the barrel is gonna make it hot anyway, and then when you start pushing rounds through it, it is gonna get hot. That is a nice touch, having the heat shield. If you didn't know what it was, that's what it is. It's a heat shield. Stop you burning your hands on the barrel when you're making this thing work. That is your magazine there, obviously. 9-shot. That is your takedown screw there. I'm not going to strip this thing down on camera because I'm just crap on camera when it comes to stripping guns down. Like I said, unchoked barrel, but it kind of looks totally cool as it is. Little bead on the front. Let's show you the other side. It's just a cool, I'm not going to say basic, just a no, basic's the wrong word. Rock solid shotgun that is great value for money. It's going to do exactly what it says on the tin. It ain't going to let you down. And that pretty much is the reason why I think the 500 series and the 590s are the only shotguns that sort of pass the US military, what's the word? Torture test, not torture test. They made the grade basically for the military to be mil spec basically. So if special forces, or AKA military as well, whatever, and police use these shotguns, you know, in certain states, wherever you may be, then that pretty much says it all to me. You know, they ain't going to use something that's crap, that's going to, you know, endanger their, you know, the user's life, if that makes sense. You know, you want something reliable that you can basically trust your life to if you're military or police. So there you go. It says it all. It says it all. And, you know, Mossberg, they've been going, and that pretty much says it all. The sticker on this gun, dependable, hard-working firearms. That's exactly what this thing is. I think this would be a great competition shotgun. You know, if you was on a bit more of a budget than, you know, wanting to, you know, if your budget wouldn't allow the Nova Speed, something like that, then this is a great option, and it'll, you know, it'll do exactly what that Benelli will do, but maybe not as refined, but it'll get the job done. It'll get the job done. Like I said, I had no real issues with this shotgun whatsoever. It was just user error with me. I was just being a little bit sort of like light-handed with this thing, so to speak. It should have been a little bit rougher. But no, what a great shotgun. You cannot go wrong with a Mossberg. I've always said it. You just cannot go wrong with them. They are just rock solid. And this will, you know, it'll last you. It'll pretty much last you forever. You know, there's nothing that can really go wrong. I mean, I did date this once, this old banger that this was. I forget how old it was. It's a good few couple of, it's at least, I think it's getting on for, oh, I don't want to say. Yeah, she's in her 20s. She's in her 20s, which is fairly old for a gun. Is it? I think she might be older than that. I can't remember, but I can't remember what I dated the serial number to now. But she keeps going, and she's a darling. I mean, look at her. I think the Persuader's just begging for a bit of Magpul. Really is. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching, guys. That is your rack and load review of the Mossberg 590 Persuader. If you're on a budget for a pump action shotgun, you can't afford Benelli money, or you just don't want to spend Benelli money, and you want something that is going to do the job and get the job done with no hiccups, be it competition, pest control, look no further than the Mossberg Persuader, or any of the Mossbergs for that matter. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. That is Rack and Load. See ya.